So I'll go back to that. So we're going to create a units tab. Those of you who have already done training videos, like I know Laura's got some great training videos that she's going to share with us, and there's other people that have already done some. We're going to ask you to put those that you are comfortable with putting in the units tab for other people to use and to share. And to the women of Vox, what I would say to you is use those for as long as you need to, with the mindset that you are going to create your own. And if that terrifies you, then think about it right now. Don't think about it right now. Use those other ones until then. But know that your customers and your teammates need to see you. You're their leader.
Yeah, so video is not my favorite thing. So after we saw Ray Higdon, I decided I wasn't going to do lives because they just freak me out too much right now, but I would do 30 days of videos that are just like a minute and a half each. And it's not a selling video. It's just about my life and what I'm doing today and what things mean to me. And I record it on my phone and then I post it to Facebook on my page, not on the Vox page. And so I didn't realize how many people were like semi-stalking me, waiting for the video to come out. So, you know, people are more interested in you than you think. So give yourself the credit you deserve. And also, I know I mentioned on the last call, I did, you know, the Ray Higdon training that was on the Friday. I did 3 training pods on that, summarizing everything. I think I got everything. So I'll be posting those in the group for everybody to look at, and you can use that stuff with your team. It's really good stuff, too.
Thank you.
Awesome. Yeah, cool. See, and there's so many people like Laura. Laura's one of the people that, like, demonstrated the one team mentality to me from the very get-go with Vox. Truly. And there's so many women that are already doing that kind of stuff. So if we put it here for others to see and listen to,
they'll be brave.
You know, you can be brave too. And we'll just, because we weren't recording before, I'll just go back to remember your why. You know, you started this for a reason. What was that reason? And use that to power you, right? Like, I know Lori Dawson did not start this because she was like, what I really want to do is get on a stage in front of 500 people and talk to them. That's what I really want to do. That is not why she started this mission.
That's why I hired Terry.
That is why she hired Terry. But as she evolves, as her contribution to this mission grows and grows and grows and grows and becomes more public so that more women can see it,
stepping into your power. Don't be afraid of that.
Yeah.
I like it.
That should eventually become one of your goals.
Yeah. And the thing is, it's not about perfection. It's about effort, and it's about growth.
Yes.
So,
yeah.
So I think we all know that. Now we're here to just be given ideas in terms of where to go with this, you know, and how to get good at presenting wherever it is we choose to go with it. And it can be your neighbors. It can be, you know, somebody you hear about whose child is struggling. I thought Angela Corns did a brilliant video about the little kid that she gifted the socks to. If you didn't see it, check it out, because she had a very clever hook with it. And, you know, it was very moving and motivating. And one of the things that I really seek to get over is, you know, a no, I don't think so. You know, that I have to stop taking personally. So, you know, I think every one of us has that little fear of rejection. But having said that, don't forget the idea of the 4 touches on average, you know.
And why are you offering it to them?
Exactly.
Are you offering it to them because you can't wait to make the $45 that they're going to spend on getting 3 items? Like that, is that in your mind? It is not in your mind. So don't worry about it. Just try to help them. What if you help them? What if you do? You know, what if the person you're talking to is a Nancy Janetta?
Yes. Yeah.
One other thing I wanted to mention is I think that all of us as human beings need to be better at receiving, right? How many of us are? Yeah, right. So I hear the laughs, I know. So this is something that can shift your life huge. So even if you're not willing to receive a lot right away, be willing to receive something and then more the next time or the time after that or whatever it is. So be thinking about that too. Am I willing to receive? Because as soon as you're willing to receive, it doesn't mean you owe anything anybody, but you guys are all great givers. But if you don't have that balance, things will not shift, and your money flows and your helping people will not move to the next phase. You got to receive, and it's okay.
I think that's the point of the call right there.
Right? I know. And as women,
receive the money, guys.
Yeah.
It's all good. I love money, so and that's why I attract lots of it. So receive, help people, enjoy it, and receive that money. Receive it.
Exactly. Can I add something?
Yes, Sylvie, hi. Of course.
Sure. So like basically like because you guys talking about the why and how everybody has to like to create their own words, and I like in the last couple of years, especially in the beginning, I had a lot of comments that, oh, it was easy for you, it was easy for you. It's like, well, like it's like, well, it wasn't. So I don't share really publicly, but even for me, I had to learn. The reason why, because I know the science behind. And when I start talking about the technology, in my brain, I could not really easily translate it down that everyone else was understand. So I had to get over my own challenges because like sometimes I start talking and I look at the other people's face and I'm like,
yeah, for sure.
And so, so even for like, why is that important to learn what you're talking about and how you're talking about with your own words? Because for me and for my colleagues, it was understandable. Then I tried to explain to the other people, like who's public, and like all of a sudden, I just had to realize that okay, they don't necessarily understand what I'm saying.
Right.
So. So yes, like you can watch over and over. I don't like so many videos. Like we have so much resources right now.
Yes.
And just use it. Like use all of it, and instead of just listening, practice as well.
Yes.
So like because it is not gonna happen. Just like one day to the other one, because it's like even for me it's like sure, okay, and I still making those mistakes because all of a sudden somebody, so what it is and why is that working, and I'm like okay, I have to translate back what I learned from you guys to use the simple words, like instead of what is my understanding.
Okay, so my head is flooding with all these thoughts because first of all, sorry, I'm so loud. So for the majority of us on here who are not practitioners or scientists, it's a little bit hilarious to hear that you had to like learn from us. Because you're brilliant. Right?
I need you with me at every show to explain to those people. They want to hear that.
Exactly.
I don't know about you, but I give them like the ABC version. And then I say to them, does that make sense? And then they're going to give me a yes or a no. If they give me a no, I give them a little bit more.
Yeah. I'm also seeing, I would love Dr. Sylvie to be one of the people on this as a training to do a video for us. I would love to have a video of a woman describing the tech that we can share with practitioners. That would be a beautiful thing to have.
Okay.
It's like, why did I speak? Now I have to do all this. But you're so amazing. You're so amazing. To hear you say that you're learning from the field is really, that's a really cool message, right? That's just shows everybody's learning.
Yes, because even till now, like for example, last weekend I had a 2-day event, and the owner for the place where I was, like, she's a holistic nutritionist. So like according to my brain, for her it is understandable what I'm saying, like, or what I'm saying about. And she's just like, so how is that works? It's like, well, you know, like through the proprioceptogenic receptor stimulation. And she's like,
that? Holy jeez, I love you, man. Wow. Oh my God.
so then, like,
And the worst is she cuts me off when I don't get it right the first time.
Oh, you're the best, Sylvia.
and I'm looking at her and she's just like, whoa, hold on. I'm learning a proprioceptor. What?
Oh my God, that's awesome.
For the people who are going to watch the recording of this, I just want you to know that Dr. Sylvie was the very first practitioner with Box Life.
That's right.
Like, this woman was the pioneer behind this. So, like, for her to be a part of this with us, we're so fortunate. We are so fortunate. So, yeah, thank you, Sylvie.
And I know Sil finds this a safe and warm place to be, because let's face it, you know, when you have a title, a designation or whatever, there's typically expectations attached. And this is a pajama party in a sense, you know. We just want to let our hair down and be who we are. And, you know, let me just say this. She told me off the first few events that we went to because I was not dressing in business attire. Having said that, she handed me down some really nice clothes. So this
Way to go, Sil.
place, seriously, about sharpening the saw and not getting all, you know, defensive or wounded or whatever. This is just us girls, and it's really cool to see Sil, because for a long time I know Sil wasn't all that keen to take the mic either. So I'm blessed by her. I'm blessed by all of you guys.
As we are, buddy.
Thank you.
So we talk about this being such a safe place, and that is the intention behind it. And in a second, I'm going to call on Pat Gras to share her story with us. And that's something I would encourage you to do. If you want to share your story, or if you want to share a training piece that you think would be valuable and you want to practice in front of an audience that is going to support you, send me a message and we'll hook it up. We may not be like next week, but we'll get it sorted. So that you can have an opportunity to be on here. And I'm just looking at the time. So what we'll do is I'm going to ask Pat to please share her story with us. And then while she's, when she's finished sharing her story, I would like 3 people to give her, that's not going to be me because I could give her great feedback all day long. I think she's amazing. But I would like 3 people to give her some feedback on her story and the things that you like the most about it. Okay? Because this is how, we know we have weaknesses. Everybody has weaknesses, but if you focus, what you focus on grows. So we're going to focus on the positive always, and we're going to build and build and build and build on that, and the negative will just go on its own naturally. We don't have to focus on it to make it go away. So when she's done, I'm going to ask 3 people to please volunteer to share their feedback with her in just a minute, less than a minute, to let her know what she's doing fantastically well. So Pat, I'm going to hand it over to you. And tell us about your journey.
Okay, Krista. Well, thank you for asking me to speak up. I guess, thank you. Because I didn't really volunteer for this. As you know, you kind of, it is also Lori's fault, but I put my foot in my mouth that day, and that's what I get for putting my foot in it. Anyways, thanks again. So my story, I'm going to take you back to the early 1990s when I was first introduced to network marketing. So I've had quite a long journey with the industry, about 27 or maybe 28 years now. And I stumbled across the opportunity to join up with Amway. And I was very young and very much, as most of you know, I am an introvert by nature. So it was very much out of my comfort zone. And while my upline was fantastic, they were great people, they weren't fantastic coaches. So I never was able to step out of that comfort zone. And as a result, nothing ever happened with my business. I was basically a product user who signed up with a membership. So that, I stepped away from network marketing. I had jobs through the years, and I started my own horse business. And then in 2007, 2008, I came across a personal development company and was quite taken by the products and the business side of the opportunity. So I jumped back into network marketing, and I busted my ass in that company. I was for 4 hours every night making cold calls, following up on leads, connecting with people, getting them on opportunity presentations. I mean, I was dedicated very much 4, 5, 6 nights a week doing this. And as a result of all my effort, I went deep in the hole in cash, and I ended up with one teammate. So that was about 2 years of effort and virtually zero return. So then I got into a greeting card one, and it really wasn't a good fit for me. So I ended up not doing anything with it. And then I stepped back for a bit again. And then in 2017, I came across a wearable technology company that kind of struck a chord with me, the products and the upline and that sort of thing. So I jumped back in again, and very dedicated to it. I put a lot of effort into it. And as a result of that, over the course of about a year, I ended up with a small team of about 5, 6, 7 people, somewhere in that ballpark. Nothing fantastic. Again, I didn't profit anything in the end. I did have the odd month where I made more than I spent, which was great, but overall, I lost considerable amount of money in that one too. So as a result of being involved in that, one day I walked into a training studio and I talked to the owner there and gave her my pitch on the wearable technology. She listened to my spiel. At the end of it, she said, have you ever heard of Vox Life before? And I said, well, no, what's that? And she said, it's what we call neurotechnology. And she pulled up her pant leg and showed me the top of a sock. And she said, it's supposed to help with balance and stability and pain and other things. And she said, I normally have pain in my, I think she said knee. And I said, well, how are you feeling? And she said, well, it doesn't hurt. And that was the first day that she had worn socks. So I tucked that in the back of my mind because I was really busy with this wearable technology business. But I had another friend on Facebook who would post testimonials from time to time, and I would read them and say, well, I know someone with that, and I know somebody who has that, and I know somebody with that, and I know somebody I could help with that, and I know somebody I could help with that, and I know somebody I could help with that. And I eventually ended up with a list of about 70 names of people that I thought I could help with a Vox Life. So I talked to my husband about it, showed him a couple of videos, and he's like, yeah, you could do that. And I'm like, yeah, I didn't need your permission, but I'm glad you're on board. And as a result, I contacted Amanda back, and I said, look, I'm ready to get into the business. And she said, I'm not in it anymore. So she put me into a three-way chat with Margaret Robitaille, which a number of you know. And we chatted a little bit, and then she said, well, why don't we talk on the phone? So we talked, and I'm asking her about different things about the business and the compensation plan and how to get rolling. And she's like, wait a minute, you're not just looking for socks. You want to start the business. So I said, yeah, I just need a few questions answered. I'm ready to go. And she's like, oh, okay, whoa, okay. So she had a total 180 in her mindset and where she saw me. And I jumped in. And apparently I was cocky enough to say to her at the time, and I'm going to make you a lot of money. Turns out I have. So anyways, and I jumped in, and I came into this business in a totally different way. It's getting really dark outside, which is why it's getting really dark on the camera here. So I came into it totally different. I had never even seen the band across the bottom of the sock in person. I had never had the socks on. I had never seen a demo. I had never done a demo. I was interested in helping people, right? And I could see through my research that I had done in the background for like 10 months before I did decide to jump in, that I could help people, and that there was also an opportunity to make money, which was also a driver for me. So what I want to share, what I want you guys to take from this is, number one, entrepreneurship is hard. It's really hard. Don't give up on it though, because it's worth it. And when you find the right opportunity that resonates with you, that has the right company architecture and mindset and your upline, it works. It works. The products that you can be passionate about, that are easy to explain, that are unique, right? And we have all of those things here. It's wonderful. And the rewards for me in the last almost year and a half, I'm a little short, I think I'm about a year and 4 months or so that I've been in, have been more than I ever dreamed. Like, I was looking at the financial aspect, and I was looking at helping people. What I didn't realize was going to happen is that I was going to meet all of you and grow and learn and step out of the comfort zone and starting to become a leader. And for that, I'm really grateful. So don't give up. Don't give up. That's my message today.
Love.
I want to high five you, like,
Yeah, really good.
Yeah.
Lori, right?
Oh, absolutely.
Nice.
I loved how you summed it
Good
up at
job.
the end. Takeaway.
Can you say that again?
I loved how how Pat summed it up at the end with her takeaway. This is what I want you to take away from this. That was really good.
Great. Anybody else have some feedback for her?
I love go ahead.
Go ahead.
I love the phrase right in there too, the right opportunity that resonates, because I loved the journey of, it just doesn't quite fit, but you give it the work and it doesn't quite fit. Like, some you didn't try, some you really busted your butt, and yet when the right place, the right idea, but the wrong place, and when it fit, it just fit. And there's something, it's right back to what you were saying about your own words, your own story. And I love that piece, because it's showing the journey of not quitting.
Yeah, absolutely.
Right.
And my favorite piece was, I didn't anticipate meeting all of you.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I would just make one comment. I would up your ask, because you're really good at what you do. And that would be a sentence that starts with, are you willing? Are you willing to try this? Are you willing to know more about this? Because then you're still giving people a choice, and you're not, kind of vomiting on them. It's just giving them a choice, and they're going to say yes or no. And then, are you willing? Yeah. Cool. Great
That was
job,
amazing.
Pat.
Yeah, really good.
Love your perseverance, Pat.
Thank you. It's been a journey.
I know.
Over 2 decades in the making.
Oh my.
But isn't it worth it now?
It is now. Looking back, I realized how, even though I had all these quote unquote failures, that I'm able to take from that and move those skills forward. Like, each time when I put the effort in, each time I got better, right?
They were just another building blocks for you.
That's the thing. It all built the foundation of where I am today.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah, and plus you needed to have that while you're waiting for Jay Dollywall to finish this invention.
Yeah.
exactly. Like, he was so slow. Like, Jay, what the heck?
Really?
I'm ready. So, ladies, I'm looking at the time, and I want to thank you. I love this discussion and everything about this call. Let's come back together. I'm going to put some, we don't have to do everything on a call, so I'm going to put some surveys and things like that in the Facebook group. Please use it. Please comment. Lori and I need your feedback to make this exactly what is going to be most beneficial for everybody. So please watch that Facebook group, comment, and we'll put surveys and things like that in that I want you to. We're going to make decisions based off of the answers to those. So please make sure you're in there and invite your teammates to be here too. We appreciate you being here, and we'll see you again soon. Thanks, Lori.
I just had one more,
Hey,
Yeah, of course, Lori.
thanks, Lori and Krista.
which is this. Ladies, share your successes. And if my brother were here, he'd be saying, how are you closing? How are you closing the sale? So if you have
Just like that.
have some really good, experiences where you find a good place to present. Or I thought Mia Saddington had a great contribution last time when we were on a call together. She said that in a vendor situation, she was able to get a list of places that are happy to do lunch and learns. So just, you know, a practical tip like that. If you have one, like, throw it out there, and understand that, you know, within our field, there are people who we can ask as to help us as a resource. Like, I'm kind of leaning towards working with Diane, who is just new, because she's an ADHD coach and she does presentations. So there's an idea. Get a group of people together and ask Diane to come and do her presentation. And, you know, she's got a bit of work to do to refine it, but just keep your antenna up for who can synergize with us within our field.
And as Laura would say, ask for it.
Yeah.
If you're looking for somebody like that, like a specialty, put it in there. Ask for it, because
You're your own best referral network, guys. Like, take advantage of that. Nobody knows who everybody else knows. So put it out there. Yeah.
I went to Sylvia Passfield because I wanted outside confirmation that this tech was legit.
Perfect.
Now look what happened.
Yeah. There you go. Okay, ladies. Happy
Thank you so
weekend.
much.
Happy Canada Day.
Happy Canada Day.
Happy Canada Day, everyone.
Enjoy the long weekend. Oh, one thing before we go. I just booked a Box Life event in Scarborough for September. So more details will be coming soon. So just be thinking about gathering people for the fall. All right.
Brilliant.
Cool, guys.
Very cool. Thank you, everybody. We'll see you again soon.
Thank you.
Bye, guys.
Bye, guys.
Thank
Bye.
you. Gonna text you, Lori.
Sweet.